I'm so excited. We're moving on to probably my #1 most favorite food in the world, which is a potato. My family teases me all the time. They say, Mama, you don't care what we have as long as we've got a potato. And they're just about right. And today we're going to do a wonderful shrimp stuffed twice baked potato to go along with that wonderful prime rib. And we've already got our potatoes ready here. And I'm just going to saw these little boys in half. I actually want to work with them while they're nice and hot. And you can see the steam just coming up off of those beautiful soft potatoes. And while they're cooling for a minute, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to take some shrimp that I have just actually pulled in half. I hadn't even cut them. And I'm going to throw them into this saute pan with just a little olive oil, and I'm just going to stir them around only for a second. If you want to ruin a shrimp, overcook it. They'll come out tough and flavorless. So we're going to just roll this around in the pan just for a second. And that's all we need right there. That's simple. Just going to set those to the side, and we're ready now to start removing the meat from our potato. The potatoes are cool enough for us to handle now because you do want to do these while they're warm. They're so much easier to work with. I'll never forget the first time that I made a twice baked potato. I just skinned those babies out. There was no meat at all left in them. So about the only way that you can actually mess up a twice baked potato is by removing too much meat from it. You want to leave enough that it has some body to the shell because you don't want your potato just falling and running all over the place. People that really know me well realize that I'm not the most organized person around. The fact that you can actually make these potatoes as far as a week in advance is great. All right, I've cleared all of our potato shells out. We're going to start by whipping these. Now I'm going to add a stick of butter. You know, we can't go wrong with a potato and a stick of butter, girls. And we're just going to whip these until the butter's melting. They're kind of fluffy. We're going to add some sour cream and salt and pepper. Depending on the size of your potatoes will depend on how much sour cream you want to use. These potatoes are not real large, so we're probably going to cut back on the moisture in the filling. So I'm going to put probably about a cup of sour cream. And I'm going to go ahead and add my salt and pepper. And you know, this is another one of those dishes that you can really have fun with and just play with. You could stuff these with bacon or sausage or crab, or you can just leave them plain. They don't have to have meat in them. But for Christmas time, since it's a very special occasion, I love the idea of some seafood being thrown in on the table. All right, we've got those mixed up now, and all I'm going to do at this point is throw in some blended cheese. Now I've got cheddar cheese and mozzarella, but you can use any cheese that's your favorite. Looks yummy already. And I'm going to taste these and make sure I've got my seasonings right. I think they're perfect just the way they are. And now I'm going to fold in the shrimp. And if you like at this point, you could chop up some fresh parsley and put in there if you want a little green color. All right, now I'm just going to simply stuff this back into our potato shell. My family's going to be so very happy. They're going to love the fact that Mama's not going to be stuck in the kitchen the whole day, that I'll be able to sit around with them and laugh and talk and tell old stories. We could have actually used cream cheese in place of sour cream, but you know, I just love potatoes and sour cream together. And look at this, our potatoes have turned out perfect. As you can see now, those 6 potatoes yielded us 12 servings. But before these little delicacies go in the oven, I'm going to sprinkle them with a little paprika just for color. You could actually just let them go like this, and when you pull them out of the oven, sprinkle them with a little fresh parsley then. But I'm going to go ahead and stick these in, let them get good and hot. The insides are hot. We'll pull them out of the oven, sprinkle a little cheese on top, and they're ready to eat. How delicious does that look? As y'all can see, I didn't remove too much meat, leaving a nice shell to hold the whipped potatoes and shrimp. You'll want to do this with a little care because they're very hot.
Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this blast from the past, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as a notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.